Hi, welcome to Chamber Exchange. This is our first show where we will be doing this show monthly, bringing on our different members with the Chamber. I'm Michelle Miller, I'm the Executive Director.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Walker, Associate Director at the Chamber. We're very excited to be with you today and be doing this show. Our first guest ever on our first ever episode of Chamber Exchange is Ms. Heather Blazer. She is the head coach and board president for the Silver Bridge Bruisers, and we're happy to have you. Welcome.
Welcome. I'm happy to be here.
So Heather, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what brought you to Silver Bridge Bruisers.
I actually skated, I've been skating since 2011 with the Appalachian Hellbetties out of Athens, Ohio. And I live in Cheshire, so I was driving an hour every practice there and back. And when I found out that the rink was reopening, I thought, well, I'll just go see if there's any interest in roller derby. And I went down just to see if anybody had talked about starting a team, but unfortunately nobody had, so they kind of talked me into starting the team. So back in July, I started recruiting people, and we had our first meeting in August. We did some off-skates practice till the skating rink opened, and then in September we had our first on-skates practice. So we're still really new, but we're really excited about it, and it's going to be really good, I think, for the community.
Well, that's great. We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
Michelle and I are both very excited.
Yeah, probably me. Well, yeah, I think it would be fun to do roller derby.
I think we need to get Michelle on some skates.
Yeah.
I think both of you would be good on skates.
She would. Well, so tell us a little bit about the team. Tell us about the people that are on it and what kind of things you've done so far. How did you recruit people? Are these people who have never played before? Or?
Everybody, we have one girl that came from, had skated a little bit with Jewel City Roller Girls out of Huntington. And she she had just a little bit of experience. Everybody else is really new, and nobody had any experience. We have a couple of girls that had skated in their youth, but some girls had not been on skates ever. And so we're all still really, really new. We're just learning the basics of of everything. And I started out just by recruiting on Facebook. Facebook's our best friend. And we that's how we got started. And a guy from the paper came after I spoke to you guys, which I really appreciate. The Chamber is awesome. And so we've had several practices. We did an event in the park, the Say No to Drugs event. I'm not sure what it was called. And we did some stuff at the Mothman Festival. We've been in the Apple Festival parade. We skated in both of those parades, so we're just trying to get our name out there.
Tell me a little bit about roller derby for people who don't know. Are there certain things that are different than what people might perceive? And so what is roller? How do you compete?
Most people think when they think roller derby, they think of it being on a bank track, because that's what the roller derby of the past was. But since roller derby's restarted again, it started in the early 2000s, they're actually all the bank tracks they found were gone, so we started up flat track derby. And the flat track derby has you can skate anywhere. You don't have to have like a big setup or anything. And we follow rules by the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. It's called WFTA, WFTDA. And we're actually not a WFTA league. You have to do so much skating in so many bouts, which before you can actually become a WFTA league. But we're hoping to be that soon, and that's our end goal. Each team has 5 skaters on the track at one time, so there's 10 skaters total. Each team has a jammer. A jammer will have the star on the helmet. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but they have like a little star. And there's a pivot. The pivot has a stripe on the helmet. So the jammer is your point scorer. Everybody else are blockers, and they're trying to keep the people from scoring or get your jammer through. And a jam is a 2-minute period. And in that 2-minute period, you have to make an initial pass of the skaters, and then however many skaters you pass each time, you get points for that person.
Okay.
So yeah, so the blockers are trying to keep you from getting through, but it's not like the old derby of the past. Derby used to be where you would like clothesline people. Mm-hmm. There are actually a lot of rules you can't do. It's for safety. We have a lot of safety because we don't want people getting hurt and not, being able to play.
Right.
So yeah, there are a lot of rules. It's not quite like used to. It was more like wrestling, like professional wrestling. So now it's actual real sport.
How often do you practice?
We are practicing 2 nights a week. We practice at Skatesville right now from 6 to 8 on Sundays and on Wednesdays. So we have practice tonight. And then we also are doing off skates practice just for conditioning, trying to get ourselves used to, the endurance aspect of it, because there is a lot of endurance in roller derby.
Well, I think we have video of one of your practices that you just recently
One of the
had.
off skates practices is actually in this
yeah?
little segment. Maybe you can kind of narrate this as we go through it.
Tell us a little bit about what.
Yeah.
To their.
So.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we we have. This is from our practice at Silver Bridge. This is one of our first practices, actually. We're just all kind of standing around talking, and this is what's called a pace line. A pace line is you're supposed to be within an arm's length of each skater. Of course, we're a little spread out. We were doing a drill where we're practicing whips, and whips are a way to get past somebody. So you grab somebody by the hip, you pull them, and you do a whip. So we're a little spread out farther than we normally would be on a pace line drill because you have to have room to get through. But we're weaving through the pack, and then this is from one of our off skates practice. This is actually our very first off skates practice that we had. So we took a picture because we take a picture of everything, and we just did a lot. We do a lot of plyometrics, a lot of running, stuff like that, just to get our endurance up. So that's it's hard work, but it's fun.
I think we have some still images also. Another off skates practice you did. I think you guys were playing kickball.
Oh yeah,
I think we have a couple of stills, and I believe we have
there is one of our kickball practices. We actually, there's a lot of family members that come to the off skates practices. So you can see kids in the pictures because we want it to be like a family kind of thing. Or we want the kids involved too, so the kids love the kickball because we get it. But the thing is, it's kickball with a twist because we do in between each inning we actually do exercises. So we do planks, we do push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks. So each inning is a different exercise. So that way we get the fun, but we also get the.
Now here I see you're doing some fundraising. Could you tell us a little bit about the fundraising you guys have done, what you've got planned? And I believe we have another graphic for an upcoming event, so maybe you can tell us about those.
This actually was at the Mothman Festival. We set up a little booth over there, and we were selling some of our merchandise. We don't have a lot of merchandise yet. We're still trying to finalize our logo, but when we have a logo, we'll be selling T-shirts, and it will be. We have we have some merchandise here. We have like little bumper stickers, some buttons we're selling, and some bracelets. So you can actually find us on Facebook if anybody's interested in getting merchandise. We'll be on, or you can just contact me. I'm the one that runs the Facebook page. So eventually we plan to have a website set up, and on our website we want to be able to sell stuff.
Okay. So you want to have a store on there.
Yeah. So that's our initial, or our ultimate goal is to get a website. Right now we're still in the beginning process of that. We actually have an event coming up November 7th. We're having a pancake breakfast, and it's going to be out of Bidwell at the Gallipolis Hog Club. It's going to run for 2 hours. There's actually a guy out there, I guess, that he does this trick where he flips the pancakes and he flips them on the plates.
To catch them.
Yeah, it's like this big thing. Everybody knows about it. So, and at that, we're actually having a Chinese auction. We're planning on we've gotten some stuff from businesses. We're planning on getting a little bit more from local businesses and having a Chinese auction. And this will help fund our league going forward because we have to have insurance. Each member has to have insurance. The league has to have insurance. And, just paying rental dues for the rink and stuff like that. So we have to,
So what do you find you've been doing this for a while, right? So what do you find most rewarding? What do you find most rewarding being involved with? What do you find to be the most fun, I guess?
I really like roller derby, actually for a number of reasons. When I started roller derby, I was really, really shy, and I would never, ever in a million years thought I'd be on something like this because I wouldn't even speak to people. So I wasn't an athlete. I played a little bit of softball in school, but I hadn't done anything in years. And so I just went to practice, looked at it, and started. And it's honestly, seriously, it's changed me as a person. I've become way more outgoing, way more empowered. That's what I love about roller derby. It is so empowering for women. It kind of gives us a voice, you know. It lets people know that we can be athletes, and we can be sexy, and we can, you know, do all that. You don't have to just be one or the other. You can do both. So, and it's amazing to see just the women who have joined our league so far about how they have changed and transformed, and, you know, just become so much more than they were. So it is a very transformative process, and that's what I really like about it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, and I also like, we want to give back to the community. I know the Athens team, we've always been involved in our community. And, you know, I grew up in this community, so I want to be able to give back. So we're actually planning, it's just in the beginning phases, but we're planning hopefully in December to rent out the skating rink and have like a food drive / Christmas party just for everybody, for all the kids and stuff in the community. So, you know, we want to give back to where we live.
Well, speaking of the community, how can they learn more about it, about the team, how to be involved?
We do have a Facebook page. It's Silver Bridge, Silver Bridge Bruisers. You can just find us on Facebook. Also, we have we try to, you know, keep active in the with the Chamber of Commerce and different things around. So, you know, anytime you go to Facebook, just check us out. We are really responsive to the questions on the page, and you can come to practice anytime. Especially Sunday nights. Sunday nights are a really good night to come to practice at Skatesville. It's from 6 to 8. So,
well, we had.
Check us out.
Looks like we had a chat line question asking if you have a men's team.
We currently don't have a men's team. I would actually like to eventually start up a men's team and a junior league. A junior league actually was kind of one of the things I was interested in doing, but we decided to start with the women's league first because that's the more popular thing. There really aren't very many men's teams around, so I think a men's team would be really beneficial for this area too.
So if a few people wanted to start a men's team, could they contact you and you would be able to help them get started?
Definitely. We we are a 501c3 organization, and we actually have signed up as Roller Derby League because we plan on having more than just one team. So we want to be an all-encompassing league to have men's, juniors, women's, maybe more than one women's league. So.
Now I know you've recently been in some parades.
Yes. We actually were in the Apple Festival Parade out at Jackson. We went to the Wednesday night parade and to the Sunday night parade, or Saturday night parade rather. And, you know, because we want to be part of, we're not just Gallia County, we want to be Gallia County, Mason, Meigs, Jackson, kind of bring the whole community into this. But, of course, our skating rink is in Gallia County, and a lot of our girls are from Gallia County, but we have girls from everywhere, so.
Well, that's good. We definitely have noticed that you're trying to get your presence known and seen in the community, and we've been talking of even looking ahead at Christmas and trying to help you guys and partner with you to get that name.
And they recently joined the chamber.
Yes, we did.
They're a member of the chamber, and you know, we can talk a little bit about the skating rink. The skating rink's new; it just opened, so this is where some of these opportunities are coming out. They reopened a month ago, I believe.
September 11th.
September 11th. So
yes,
if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you really should, you know, stop
Very
by.
nostalgic.
It is.
I grew up there.
I got back on skates again. It was fun.
It was fun, and, you know, they really want to, I think it's good for the community. It gives people things to do. You know, what do we have to do on Saturday nights other than, you know, I mean, there are things to do, but now we have another option, especially for kids, to be able to go to the skating rink and skate.
Well, the activity aspect of it is nice. I have a 12-year-old son, and Michelle has a 13-year-old daughter, and like you said, they can kind of go meander around a football game in the fall, or they can go to the movies, all great choices, but this gets them moving.
And I'm interested in a junior league. I think my daughter would have fun at something like that, or so I think that would be fun.
I think it would be really fun. I've refereed, actually I referee on the side too as a roller derby referee. I'm just kind of a jack of all trades. And I refereed for a couple of junior leagues in Columbus, and it's so fun, it really is. I just think it would be really good to get, you know, especially our young girls out there, and let them know also that they can be active and
Teach them
powerful.
how to throw elbows. It's a good thing to know.
Elbows, maybe not.
Yeah, they frown on that now.
We kind of frown on that, but
Well, thank you for coming on today. I appreciate it. I think we have a way to contact you. Oh, you have another question?
Okay.
I think we have your contact information too on a slide so that people can see it, write it down. It's Facebook. If you want to say it again.
It's Silver Bridge Bruisers on Facebook. Also, if anybody just wants to contact me, my name is Heather Blazer, so you can find me on Facebook. My page is open to the public, so I really
And you did have another question. People want to know how much it costs to join.
Our dues are $25 a month, which covers the rink, renting the rink, and also just different buying merchandise, just a variety of things. We have to have, each member does have to have insurance, and through the WFTA, the Women's Flat Track Derby Association, we have to have, the league has to have insurance on the rink that we're skating at, but also individuals have to have insurance. So there will be some cost to the insurance too. We're hoping that with fundraisers and stuff that we won't have to come up with, that will help pay for our insurance or maybe pay for all of it. So that's our goal, but you do have to have insurance.
Okay.
So we don't want people breaking their legs and never be able to work again.
Right. Not that happens.
No, that never happens ever.
Well, we're glad that you joined the chamber, so
yes,
welcome.
I'm glad, definitely.
And I know you're from this area, you personally, but it's nice to see this type. The more things that you have to do, the better it is for business all the way around.
Oh,
so
yeah, definitely.
I just think it's great that
I think it's going to be great for the
something new,
community.
different.
It's going to be exciting.
And it's something different. It's not the same old, same old.
It is something. And we actually are planning, hopefully we'll be planning on bouting is what we call, actually I never mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
A bout is what we call a game. In roller derby you have different terms, so a bout is a game. So we plan on bouting and be bouting ready hopefully by the spring, maybe early summer. So
let's talk about roller derby nicknames.
Yes, actually.
Talk about that a little bit.
That's where you go.
As long as you can air him.
That's kind of the fun part about derby is you do get to choose a nickname. And a lot of leagues are kind of going more to the athletic aspect and not really, a lot of people aren't choosing names anymore, but I think that's the fun part about derby is you kind of can have an alter ego, a different persona. So my name actually is Hellblazer. So
I like it.
Yeah, most people call me Blazer though, so we like to keep it PG-13 at least.
Right.
We do want to include the families in here, so.
Well, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing your first. You said it's bout,
yes,
right?
Bout.
That's correct. I'm looking. Now, will these be other groups that come in from other areas? Is that bringing in teams from maybe outside of the state, or? Yes, actually, there are teams everywhere. Roller derby has exploded in the past few years, but in Huntington alone, there are 3 teams. Parkersburg has a team. Marietta has a team. Charleston has 2 teams. Beckley, Columbus, obviously Athens. That's where I came from. So, people can come from there, and there are teams everywhere. I mean, in different divisions. If we get in a bigger division, we can have people come from who knows where, Chicago. So yeah. So this, is also these bouts will bring in visitors, tourists into the area. Yeah. So that's a great, falls right within what we do with the team. And another fun aspect of roller derby is that we always have an after party. Okay. So, we'll have after party at whatever business, and people, and the whole, like all of our fans can come and have fun with us and the other team. So yeah, so that'll bring stuff in too. Yeah, cool. Well, welcome, and good luck with everything. Of course, we'll keep everybody updated. Yes, through the chamber when the first bout is, and can we put up the slide with their contact information again one more time?
I believe it's the Find Us file.
Yeah, there we go. There it is on the bottom. Facebook.com/Silver Bridge Bruisers. Yep. So follow them on Facebook or contact Heather, and I'm always available. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll talk about a few things that the Chamber is doing. If you're not familiar with what the Chamber is, we're a membership organization. We are made up of member businesses, member organizations. Different businesses use us for different reasons. We do all kinds of different things. People will ask us what the Chamber does, and it's really hard to nail down. We help business, and that is what we do. So
over the course of this, our plan is to promote our members and what they do, and let you know, the viewers know, what's going on in Gallia County and then with the Gallia County Chamber. So some of the things that are going on, we want to talk about first annual dinner?
We can.
Or
actually,
or the recent news.
Yeah, we've got some recent news. Actually, we could
different
talk about.
things.
Oh, there's the
there's
graphic.
There we go.
Better late than never. There we
Yeah.
go. The Facebook address there, and then that was the email listed. Is that still the correct?
Yes, that's
good deal.
So we have several photos of different things that we've recently done with the chamber, what our members have done.
Up there in the top left, you see our business of the month, which is something we do each month. It's a random drawing, and we draw out a business and we spotlight that business, and we try to write a little article and just kind of put a spotlight on what they do. So the Wounded Goose was our September business of the month.
Rocket 7 is this month. We haven't gotten the picture yet, but Rocket 7 is this month.
And the Wounded Goose recently closed down for a few days because they were doing some renovation. As you can see there, they have covered their floor in their dining room with pennies, which is a very neat looking thing that they've done. But you can see as they're going through the process and the finished process there on the right, which looks really neat. And then we've got there in the middle, we've got our golf scramble that just happened on September 17th.
Mm-hmm.
Our annual, was it 17th annual? I believe.
Yes.
It's up there.
I don't know.
I think it was our, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
there have been a whole bunch of
look.
them. Yeah, don't quote me on that. It might be the 17th. But we had a little shot there from our golf tournament, which was a big success. Everyone seemed to have a great day.
Mm-hmm.
Had great weather. And then Michelle and I just recently participated in Fruith's balloon launch.
This was their first year doing it in support of breast cancer awareness. So there are a few pictures there of that balloon, the balloon launch, and we served as countdown coordinators, so we yelled out the numbers before they released the balloon.
Michelle got to yell through a megaphone, and I got to throw cards.
Yes, that was great.
It was
pretty
fun. Cool.
It was fun.
We actually just did that this past Saturday. Really neat thing.
And then our next is annual dinner. That's our big event of the year. It's our annual meeting and banquet, and we have the date, and it takes place right here at the University of Rio Grande. And that is, sorry, I'm still getting used to this. That is an annual event. It's a meeting of our members. So, and then we wanted to just promote a new thing through Balser Memorial Library. They're a member of the chamber as well, and they have some great online courses that we're actually getting ready to take at the chamber. I'm actually signed up for two, one for the chamber and one personal, and you know, we're kind of interested in seeing how that goes. And it looks like we have a question asking that somebody belongs to the person who asked the question belongs to Rotary. As a business, why should they join the chamber? And you know, like I said, the chamber offers different things to different businesses. It really depends on what you're looking for. A lot of times we have group discounts where a business can be helped through those group discounts, whether it's workers' comp, Medicare, or medical, auto insurance. And then sometimes it's promotions. It's helping out with promotions, getting the name of your business out there. We get a lot of phone calls for referrals. And then, you know, getting involved with your business community. We have trainings, we have newsletters, we have, you know, there's a lot of information out there that businesses need to know. So we work to get that information out. So it's really, it's hard to answer that question without knowing more about the business. We sit down with every business and we look at them to see what it is that you need and whether or not membership would be beneficial to you. And most of it, I come from a business background, and you can find some way that the chamber can help you. So we encourage anybody who's interested in joining the chamber to just pick up the phone and call us. We'll meet with you, go over what we offer, what we don't offer, and see if it fits into what you need. So
just wanted to talk a little bit about something else that we have coming up, and we'll talk a little more about this next month, but we have Small Business Saturday, which is a national occurrence, and the purpose is to highlight small local businesses and drive commerce to them on that day, the day after Black Friday. So this year it will be November 28th? Saturday, November 28th. So we are working diligently at the Chamber to get a sales flyer out and promote specials and different holiday type offers that our local businesses are offering. So we hope to hopefully encourage our local residents to shop local, keep it small that day, and this is our first year doing this. So
yes, this is our first year promoting, and it's a nationwide event to push that Christmas shopping traffic into the smaller businesses. So we will be taking part in that this year. We're looking at different things.
The flyer that we have put together is a two-sided sales flyer, and we thought it would be neat when your newspaper comes, instead of seeing only the big store ads, it'd be kind of neat to see the small local ads in there. And I believe we will reach 10,000 subscribers in 3 counties, Gallia, Mason, and Meigs County. So we're excited, and hopefully it'll be something we can continue on with each year.
So we want to thank you. I know I think I dropped something at least one point, but this is our first show, as I said, and we look forward to, as this goes on each month, growing it, and thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.